This week on the Digital Coffee, iPhone users, you're going to have to pay more to boost posts on Facebook and Instagram. Over on Clubhouse, remember Clubhouse? They've just created a new AI text-to-voice tool, but with your voice. And Canva are going to force that new photo editor on us. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news. My name is Amanda Webb. Who is Amanda Webb? I am a digital marketing ROI trainer, consultant, and mentor. That means I help businesses just like yours to get more money back from the time, the energy, and the cash that you are spending on your marketing. I also specialize in Google Analytics. I am pretty much the only person in the entire world that likes Google Analytics. But there you go. If you need help with that, I am the person to get in touch with. And I can see Lee is here bright and early. Great to see you, Lee. Sunny in Llandudno. Did I say that right? And you're drinking black coffee. As always, good to see you here, Lee. And Lee is preempting the questions that I'm going to ask you because I want to know. I'm fiddling around because nothing's in the right place this morning. What is in your mug? We are enjoying this coffee break together, so let me know. Mine, as always, empty. Well, it's not empty. It's full of digital coffee, and digital coffee doesn't have any. It's not real. So I haven't had my coffee yet, but I'd love to know what is in your cup. I'm banging things left, right, and centre. Hopefully that's not causing too much of a disturbance for you. There is no extra shot this week. If you were planning on heading over to LinkedIn to join myself in Making, nope. There will be a podcast, but Making is at a I can't even say his name, Theopathitis event in Birmingham. So she couldn't join us, which is sad. But you're here and that's all that matters. So let's get on with the news.
I'm Ant McGinley and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
One of the reasons you buy a boosted post or do a boosted post, what would you call that? Create a boosted post on Facebook or Instagram. It's quick and it's easy. You can just go through 1, 2, 3, thing is boosted, that is done. It's very handy to do on the go if you have a post that's taking off. Very quick. But now, if you are an iPhone user, an iPad user, a mobile Apple user, if you do that through the app, it's going to cost you more. Why? Well, firstly, let's just say Apple and Facebook, or Meta, whatever you want to call them, they don't really like each other. No, they don't. They had that big battle when the iOS thing forced that privacy update that meant Facebook basically didn't know as much about its users, so it lost some of its ads. There was that. Now they both launched a mixed reality headset. I mean, I can't afford either of them, but they're big yokes that you put on your head and they bring you to virtual. I do actually have a virtual reality headset from back when they were kind of like a new thing. So they both launched one of these, but mixed reality means kind of like augmented reality. So you can see the world and then you can place things in the world. Zooks is like 500. So you probably could afford that. I think maybe slightly more than that. Whereas Apple's one is in the thousands, but it's like innovative. Great. Anyway, so they're fighting over that. But this is to do with the Apple tax. So basically, when you boost a post through the app on Facebook, because it's happening through an app in the App Store, Apple take a cut of the money that Meta gets from that. In fact, it's around 30, I think it's 27%, so almost 30%. So basically, you're paying a tenner, €3 of that is going to, or pounds or dollars, is going to Apple. And for a while, Facebook have been absorbing this cost. I mean, it hasn't always been the case. This was something that was introduced. They've been absorbing this cost, but now they're going to stop, which means if you boost a post from your app on your iPhone and you want to spend €10, dollars, pounds on the boost, it's going to cost you $3 more, pounds, euros to do it. So it'll cost you €13. You can get around it. There is a workaround. You can go and access Facebook through the website rather than the app or Instagram. It's just a bit painful to do it that way. Or of course you can do it on your laptop. That means you'll be able to avoid that tax. Now, what is Meta hoping here? I suppose one, it's cutting into their profitability. So they do need to get that money back. Secondly, this is they having a little bit of a stab. Do they reckon that just because of that, people abandon their iPhones and go to Androids? I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. But it does mean that easy thing that you used to be able to do, click a post, is going to become, just costly. We've got Howie. Long time no see. How you doing? You've got warm water in your mug. You need to tell me where in the world you are. Are you in London or somewhere more exciting? Because I know Howie is now doing a lot of travel stuff, so that's interesting. Michelle, great to see you. Will it be the same if you did adverts on your mobile? Well, here's the thing. Can you? I think if you run a proper ad, they used to have, they still do. Yeah, there is a mobile app for that. I don't know if that costs you money. And that's obviously it costs you money. I don't know if it's going to cost you the extra if you are increasing your budget on, it's almost impossible to set up through their ads app. But if you're increasing your budget, is that going to cost? I don't know. That's a really good question. It won't, of course, if you log into the interface. So if you've got an iPad, and you log into Facebook ads just through the website, it's not going to cost you anything. It's only the app. But that's a really good question and one I hadn't thought of. That would be super annoying, wouldn't it? Because I'm always managing, once I've got ads set up, I'm always managing them on the go with the app. Interesting. Okay, I've just put my glasses down, but I shall pick them up again because Howie is telling us where he is. London. Just come back from, the Norwegian Arctic. Kind of jealous, but also I like staying home. So I kind of when I was young, I had a bit of wanderlust. Now I'm kind of but it's warm at home. I need to change that, right?
Hey, I'm Christine Gritman, and you are watching The Digital Coffee with social media superstar Amanda Webb.
You know when you take a photo and then you look at the photo and the background is awful. Maybe you've just noticed you left a whole load of rubbish in the background, and then you have to either go and take it again, but maybe your hair and makeup isn't as good, Michelle? Or maybe, it's just a pain. It's a pain. But we know Instagram are already trying to solve this problem, right? Because they already let you cut out a prominent object in a photo and turn it into a sticker, and then you can put that sticker on any background you want. But that's a bit of a process, right? That's a bit of a process. Now they're making it even easier. There's a new sticker. I'm going to get it up on the screen because I got a little GIF. A little GIF. That's not the GIF. That is not the GIF. I thought I had a little GIF. I can't see my little GIF. No, my little GIF is not here. That's very annoying. Okay, I had a little GIF. So basically what you do is you click this sticker, it will cut you out from the background, and then it will give you a selection of backgrounds that you can choose. So instead of having the rubbish in the background, you can have a field of puppies. I can't believe I haven't got GIF because it's really cool. Or you can have the sea or something else. It is you are limited to those backgrounds. You can't add your own, but of course you could add your own using the cutout sticker. So it's just a simpler way to do it. I think this could be big. I'm really interested to see how people use these backgrounds. I mean, will you try and pat a puppy on the head if you're in the field of puppies? How are people going to use it? It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to add a bit of creativity to people's stories and people's images. So I think this is a good thing. I can see Michelle's comment. You need to change that and get traveling again. Yeah, I know. We're going to San Diego, right? With myself and Michelle are in a group of people who go to Social Media Marketing World every year. We've just booked our tickets for next year. So I can look forward to the sunshine then.
Hi, I'm Lee from Wellshot, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Cheers.
Clubhouse. You remember Clubhouse? Who remembers Clubhouse? It was huge, wasn't it, there during the pandemic? Well, it does still exist, and they have just launched a new feature, which is Text to voice. Text to voice, you say? That's not very exciting. Everywhere does text to voice. But no, this is different. It's not just any voice, it's your voice. So now you will be able to type in the words, train it to the way that you talk, and it will send a message to your friends, which is a thing apparently now on Clubhouse, a voice message, but it will be the AI talking. Now, they say the reason you would do this is maybe there's a noisy background, maybe you're somewhere where you can't speak, but it is a audio network, so they want to keep that going. So that would be why you would use it. I like it. I think it's kind of cool. This isn't the first social network that has done this, though. It's, I think a few weeks ago, we were playing with the Facebook one, which didn't really get my voice. It sounded a little bit like me, but not completely like me. But I do think this is a creative innovation. And if it does get my voice to sound more like me, I am imagining we're going to see this. Maybe Clubhouse won't be around forever, but this type of interface is going to become huge because voice messaging is huge, right? I'm not a fan, have to say. I don't like the phone. I do not like voice messaging people. And when they voice message me, it's grand if it's a nice small message, but it can take a very long time to listen to, and you have to concentrate hard. And sometimes my attention goes, and then I have to go and listen to it again. So I'm not a big fan of it, but I know voice messaging is hugely popular with people. So the fact that you'll be able to do it without actually doing it, I kind of love. Hello there, Lisa. There you go. Good morning. Lisa was at Social Media Marketing World. I'm trying to find the right comment to put up there. Good morning. Great to see you. And Howard says he looks for, I get up to trouble in San Diego, I tell you. And you had to get back on Clubhouse. Not sure that I will. And yes, I can cancel before October, right? It's one of the reasons I bought my ticket. But you're 90% chance of seeing me at Social Media Marketing World in 2025 for anyone else that's going. I don't even have an affiliate link. There you go.
Hi, I'm Charlie Lawrence, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Canva have finally done it. They've been testing this new photo editing tool, and every now and then you go into Canva and it will be there, and all the tools that you were used to using and liked and loved weren't part of it, so you'd always switch back to the old editor. Well, now you're not going to have that choice anymore. No, they are taking away the old photo editor and forcing the new photo editor on us on the 29th of March. Why does this annoy me so much? Because there's a whole bunch of tools, right, that we use within Canva that you can't use in the new photo editor. One of the ones I use, and I use when I'm training people as well, is one where you can blur people's faces and number plates. It's a really easy tool to use. I've not been able to find that in the new photo editor. And I'm sure that's not the only thing I'm going to miss when this is forced on me. But still, it's going to happen. I'm sure it's something to do with costs and AI. Maybe I can just tell AI to blur the faces and it'll work. I don't know, but I do know we've got a month. So I'm not going to wait until they take it away completely. I'm going to start learning to use it today when I create my thumbnail for this episode. And I think for all of us, that's something we want to do. We don't want to be dumped in the deep end, but sad news. Anyone else find this annoying and sad? Just me? Just me.
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
When you do a Google search and in the search results, you get the regular search, and then you've got photos and you've got videos and you've got news and, so you can switch into whatever it is that you're looking for. There's a new one coming. There's a new tab coming. That tab will be called dun, 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 Forums. Forums is being tested right now. Now, I think this is really good because internet forums, people, I used to be on a lot of internet forums before, social media came along, internet forums are a really good place to do some research about whatever product or whatever audience you want to sell to find out the things that they like, to find out their pain points, to understand the language they use. I mean, they are incredible alongside social media. They are good for gauging sentiment about what people think about a specific topic. Really great tool for marketers. But at the moment, they are buried in your regular Google searches. You will see Reddit, Quora, and other forum results come up amongst the others. So it's competing with articles and videos. This new tab means when you're doing that research, you're going to be able to go straight into forums and find the places where your customers hang out and the things that they talk about. So big fan of this, just being tested at the moment, but I'm really hoping they will roll this out further. And I really hope we'll see a bit of a resurgence in forums as people start leaving Facebook groups and find other places to have conversations. The downside is, of course, it's going to miss like Slack and Discord, the places where the real conversations happen, because mostly they are private and not searchable by Google. But still, I do think this is a good innovation.
You're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Deep fakes are becoming a bigger problem, right? They're scary. They're scary for everyone. They're scary for the world. And just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, these are mostly videos. I think probably always videos. Maybe you can do voice ones as well. But mostly videos where a famous person or a celebrity or a politician is saying something generated by AI, would be almost always saying something that they would never say. And they're quite convincing. If you look for like deep fake Tom Cruise or the Tom Cruise ones are actually pretty amazing, or deep fake Keanu, you will find like examples of this already being used. But of course it's more, and it's being used to scam people. They're like selling Bitcoin or selling blah, blah, blah. Something we've talked about on this show a number of times over the last few years. But now, of course, this is the year of elections. I mean, there's elections happening everywhere. There's America, there's the UK. Here in Ireland, 2024/2025 is when the election's going to happen. India is about to have a big election. And this sort of technology will be used, I can guarantee you, by people to try and sway people's votes. That's a really big problem for us, but it's a bigger problem for the social networks who tend to get the blame whenever the elections don't go the way that people want them to. So they need to identify these deep fakes and get rid of them as fast as possible. How do they do that? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. But Meta have done something. I have to pick this up because there's some long words I need to remember. They have launched a WhatsApp helpline. Yeah, Meta, that's going to work. In association with the Misinformation Combat Alliance. And basically, if you spot a deepfake, you'll be able to report it to this helpline and it will help them start understanding how to spot deep fakes. I don't think it's going to be enough to combat this issue, but it's a good start. So I may have been mean to Meta just then. It's actually, it's not a bad start. It is something we're going to be aware of in the election years, but it's also, as this proliferates, it's going to be important for us as businesses as well, because our competitor will, as soon as when this technology becomes more accessible, which believe me it will, our competitor will be able to create a video of us saying something that we didn't say to discredit us. So it's going to be affecting all our lives in the future. And I have to say, I'm just looking to see what... I'm a little bit scared, but not as scared as I am of the next story. So let's talk about that.
Hi, I'm Kyra Fingleton from Glamping Under the Stars, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
In the future, we could be living in a virtual reality world or an augmented reality world. That's what people are aiming for, because it seems a little bit less scary than virtual reality, because that sounds like the Matrix. So augmented reality is when you can still see the world around you, but you can put like virtual objects there and manipulate the world around you with it. Now, I'm getting my bell because Elon Musk, that's his bell, Elon Musk has developed a neural implant, which basically you implant it in your brain and you'll be able to think things in the world around you. He's going to be one of the first to try it. Good luck with that, Elon. Zuckerberg, on the other hand, is doing something a little less scary. And again, I'm really hoping, I do have the gift for this one. Well done, Amanda. Basically, this is going to be a wristband. He reckons it's going to be ready in the next 3 years. And I think this is something that more of us are going to be willing to adapt. I love cyberpunk and stuff in the fictional world. I'm not ready to put a neural implant in. But what I would do is wear a wristband. So there's going to be a wristband. Again, I need to look at my notes because I need words that are just not going to come into my brain, which will sense neural electrical signals that are passing through your wrist and allow you to control the world around you with them, which is kind of cool. So it's the same thing as the neural implant, except it's not an implant, it's not going into your skin, it's just around your wrist. Now, this is solving a problem for a lot of the VR headsets at the moment. You can already do some finger and wrist action, but the latency is bad, which means you do it couple of minutes later, seconds later, the virtual reality version of you does it. This will actually be real time. So that's going to be great for the virtual reality world because you will be able to manipulate things just like you do with your real hands. I also think the virtual reality, augmented reality world is going to become more prominent as a population grows and we are forced to live in smaller housing. You know, one of the wonders of the virtual reality world is you can feel like you're sitting in a really large room when you're sitting in a small room, having done that myself. So I am kind of excited about this. If it's not ridiculously expensive, I will definitely buy one. Of course, you need the headset as well. So we are getting up to $1,000 and it's not business related, so it's hard to justify, but I think a lot of us will be using this into the future. Less scary than a neural implant, right? Okay, that is it for the Digital Coffee for this week. As I said, the Extra Shot podcast is still happening, but we're not recording live on LinkedIn today because Making is off doing magical things. So we will be back next week with that. I will be back here with the other news, more news, and hopefully more good news next week, right? Right? I will be back, same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then,